What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Natty Baps here in New York, in the basement with my sister's place. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be home. I leave tomorrow. It's been traveling and seeing family. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. It's the first show of the new year. Shebang is running late, so he should be here soon. I know camera quality sucks. I usually have my camera attached, but I did again traveling, didn't bring it with me. But it's good to be back. Um, a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. Teams got eliminated. Teams still clinched. Teams are secured in their playoff spots. As we read up top, Saints not dead yet. I'm here to talk about it all. Hopefully with my co-host soon. But before that, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, do all this stuff, for the first time in the new year. Again, I'm in the basement, so I'm not gonna be screaming like that, but let's get right. So, firstly, Thursday night football, Browns clinch the number 5 seed in the AFC with win over Jets. I didn't say this coming. I predicted the Browns would be last in the division. I said that Cleveland, I didn't believe in Deshaun Watson, rightfully so. The defense, fantastic. Was wrong about that. Was wrong about, Kevin Stefanski. I thought he was going to get fired this year, but winning 11 games with four different coaches is something that that only happen. You can't even do that in Madden. Like you genuinely can't even do that in Madden. I'm happy. I'm proud of Cleveland. They deserve. They're a good football city. They're a good football town. They deserve to be in the playoffs. Um, I got no qualms. Joe Flacco has given this team a legit. Oh my god! I can't believe I'm saying this. Joe Flacco in the Lord's 2024 is probably one of the most dangerous quarterbacks to face if you're Kansas City, if you're Baltimore, which we'll talk about later on. Just all in all, it's an interesting proposition because all of time is like, oh, Patrick Mahomes has all this experience or whatever. But in the playoffs in the AFC, the player with the most road wins like is Tom Brady. Joe Flacco has like 8 road playoff wins. Like that's impressive in itself. They're the 5 seed, so they'll go on the road. I'll tell you this now. I'm picking the Browns to upset whoever the 4 seed is. So there's a 3-way tie for the AFC South. And literally I'm not gonna put a bunch of money, but I will not be shocked if the Browns are favored. I will not be shocked if they go into Baltimore and win. I'm not picking them, of course. It's going to Baltimore for talk about Baltimore. But for now, Cleveland, y'all dangerous. Y'all dangerous. I'm proud of y'all, and y'all locked in. Y'all beat the beat the lowly Jets. You guys are 11-5 with 4 different quarterbacks. That's a shame. Miles Garrett probably won't win Defensive Player of the Year because that's what me and Shabazz was on. It's like, hey, he should win it. He should win it. He hasn't had as gaudy performances as he has like earlier in the season, but that Browns defense as a unit, fantastic. So, yeah, good shit, Cleveland. For the Jets, you sure you want to keep Salah and the GM and not that like you want to keep everybody safe? That's an interesting to say the least. Next we have Saturday night, so not New Year's Eve. Lions got hold. Now people are gonna there's 2 takes you can have with this. Firstly, Cowboys basically they damn near guaranteed the 2 seed. Cowboys or Philly. So it's gonna be unless they both lose, then the Lions would get the second seed. So they still have something to play for. It's kind of weird. But man, the Lions had an inside track at the 1 seed and got hold by the refs. I'm pretty sure you've heard all the takes. I'm pretty sure you heard all about, the ref has to be better and da 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 da. But so I'm not gonna bore you with those takes. What I will say is Dallas at home, they finally went up against a team that isn't scared of anybody. And it was a close game. Jared Goff, before that last drive, was turning into a liability because he had a chance because it was 17-13. It was 17-13 with before the 2-minute warning. He got the ball back. And what happens? He throws a pick. Great interception, but he throws a bad pass, bad pick. And then they defense holds, ends up getting a field goal out of it. So it's 20-13. If he takes care of the ball, runs the ball, and actually plays like complimentary football instead of trying to be a hero, this they could have probably won 19-17. But instead, I'm not trying to belittle. Oh, it came down to one play. As a Saints fan, of course, 2018 no call happened, and I'm like, oh, we should have won it. Yes, duh. But they had opportunities to win before that. Like the Saints game was a chance to ice the game, and we lost. But the Lions had a chance to win, go out and show and win the game. At one point, okay, you try it. They call the illegal touching, whatever. Why go for two? You're going for two from the 7-yard line. Like I know you want to win, but like trick plays or that gutsiness only works once, And then they didn't get it, but then they had three tries to get it, and succeeded once and failed twice. That's bad for business. Dan Campbell, it's a double-edged sword too, because you would have been looked up as a hero if it worked out. Like if it worked out, you would have been looked at as a hero. But because it didn't, you're looked up as like too risky, too this, too that. I understand the play call. I understand they're going for it, but you lost the element of surprise. Once you lost it, and then Jared Goff didn't throw a good ball. Why are you throwing the ball short of six anyway? It's a whole lot. Dallas, they did their thing. They took care of business. CeeDee Lamb had like the greatest game of his career. It's like 216 or something like that. Like receivers having career years, man. Offense. And also that divorce rule in sports. The end zone is sacred for a reason. Elku, my brother in faith. Um, the end zone is sacred. Anytime the ball goes out of the end zone, it's a touchback. That's the way it is. That's what it is. So the fact that they're like, oh, it should have been a touch. It should have been at the one. Like, no, he tried to go for it. He clearly fumbled the ball, and then that's it. Like, he fumbled, lost possession, touchback. If the ball gets punted into the end zone, it's a touchback. If the ball gets picked off in the end zone, it's a touchback. If the ball gets like the end zone is such a sacred place. Oh, why is it not done at the one? No, it's a whole complicated thing. Cowboys have the inside track with the 2 seed if they just take care of business next week or on Sunday against the Commanders. We'll talk about that tomorrow, 8:30. Be there. Actually, I should be home by then because I travel. Anyway, Alku, my brother, you're an Eagles fan. So be prepared to talk about comment about your Eagles. What I will say, I'm not gonna touch the Ravens game. I'm gonna let Shabazz handle that when he shows up. Okay, so keep that in mind. My quick thoughts though: Lamar's MVP. He doing his thing. Okay, let's get there. We'll get there. Cool. We get there. Cool. Lamar MVP. Richard Sherman's just a hater. He said, "I'll still give it to McCaffrey, bro. Just die on your sword, bro. Like you're good, bro." Vicariously through y'all, hey, you're still in the playoffs, my brother. I'm not. Yeah, Saints not in the playoff yet, so hold off on that. But yeah, Lamar's MVP. Team's great. Shabazz will talk his gloating about the Ravens when the time comes. Bills keep the playoff hopes alive versus lonely Patriots. Now, the score is 27-21. Me and Shabazz watching the game together. We're drinking Twisted Teas together. And we're like, bro, every time on Red Zone, they're showing the Patriots turning the ball over. Like in the first quarter, there were 3 picks and a fumble. Like a first half, more accurately. First half, it was 3 interceptions by Bailey Zappi and a fumble. And they had short fields on all of them. They had 20, I think it was like 17 points in the first half. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But the comment that me and him kept making was that the Bills can't drive down the field. Like they can't. They physically couldn't. All their touchdowns or points came off of short fields. So it was like, whoa, how like are the Bills that good or the Patriots that bad? Then Bailey Zappi had a rushing touchdown. Zeke got a rushing touchdown. They picked off Josh Allen because of course they pick him off. So it's one of those things where like Josh Allen and the Bills in this national media of like, oh my God, like the Bills are a scary team. Yeah, the highs are high. Like they have the highest high of any team remaining like that are still in the playoffs. They have the highest high. With that said, they also could lose to anybody. Like the Patriots, for all intents and purposes, if again we always say if ifs are flip, if ifs was a split, we'd all be smacked, or if ifs were fist, we'd all be drunk. If can't exist in the vocabulary of talking about what happened, but when you have 4 turnovers, that's like you're behind the 8 ball already, and you only lose by 6. Like if the Bills would have dominated from start to finish, it would have been like 40-3 type thing. I'm like, whoa. Like they also got to avoid overtime, right? To lose a coin flip. Shout out to Elku, right? They can beat any team, but they can also lose to any team. So they play Miami for they have a chance. This is kind of a crazy. That's why I love the NFL. And this is why I love playoffs. Literally, they have a chance to either be the 2 seed. If they beat the Miami Dolphins, they're the 2 seed in the AFC, and they have to host probably most likely like the Colts or some shit like that, or they can full on miss the playoffs entirely if they lose and other things happen. It's crazy how one game matters, but that skid that they was on where they lose to the Broncos and they lose to the Bengals and they lost to the Patriots earlier in the season, they lost to the Jets. Like all those conference losses matter. All those games where Josh Allen looked like a bad quarterback. Like he's a great athlete, but quarterback wise, he's not really quarterbacky. If you know, you know. But they took care of business, so they put themselves in a position to be vying for the playoffs. Bears helped the Saints out, take care of business against the Falcons, 37-17. Unfortunately, with the Packers winning, they got eliminated from playoffs. So, but what can the Bears do? The Bears have a chance to do something hilarious, and if they beat the Packers are out. So like they have something that they want to take care of their rival. Like they're saying, nah, we Packers, they trying to smoke him up. Justin Fields, it took I swear it took like 7 weeks and he got hurt. But ever since like week 8, week 9, he has like 16 touchdowns and 4 picks. He has been taking care of the ball. He's been making plays. Him and DJ Moore are locked in. Ain't no switching up. Again, Shabazz on TikTok. Go follow his talk on TikTok, Shabazz TV. He talked about, hey, what would he do? What should you do as if you're a Chicago Bears fan? You have the
Yo,
one.
what's up, man? He said my name up here, man. What's up, YouTube? Shout out to Natural. Shout out to Natural.
I love my
Birthday
friend.
gift.
I love how I was in the middle of a sentence.
Nah,
He just cut me
nah.
off.
I'm here. All right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as I was saying, Shabazz made a TikTok. Go follow that. Shabazz TV, where he discussed what should the Bears do. They have the number 1 pick clinched because of the Panthers, right? And they won 4 to 5. They should have beat the Lions. They should have beat the Browns. Like if the Swiss would all be smacked, but like those kind of games that they lose when they're up by 10 points and you lose, like it comes back to bite you in the ass. And now they're out the playoffs because of those losses. The Broncos lost in week like 5 when they're up. Like all those games where it's like, yeah, Justin Fields looked good. The team looked good. Ever since acquiring Montez Sweat, his defense has been legit. and they have a good test on Sunday against the Packers at 425. But you have a chance to you got smoked week 1. This was supposed to be like it's a new era. Aaron Rodgers is gone. The Bears have a chance to lead the NFC North, and then you got punched in the mouth at home. Now you have the opposite chance to eliminate your rival from the playoff. Also, Saints need y'all to win too, so take care of business for me. But man, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But I'm excited for what the Bears have done. I'm proud that they haven't given up on Justin. And man, I don't know if you saw it or heard it. The fans are saying we want Justin. The fans bought and they finally are seeing what people were hyped about. And I can't wait to talk about it with Corbett when I go see him. What do you he wants Justin Fields. He wants Justin Fields. His dad wants Caleb Williams. There's going to be an interesting conversation in the offseason. But fuck Atlanta. Atlanta sucks. And they technically can still win the division, that's how bad the NFC South is, bro. But based off of Taylor Heineke getting benched, Desmond Shitter being Desmond Shitter, what's going to happen? Who knows? If you have any games you want to discuss, I didn't talk about the all I said is Lamar's MVP. So if you want to gloat, but is there other games besides that game that you want to talk about before we continue?
In fact, so for me, it was good. YouTube, it's your boy Shabazz. Sorry, I was getting out from work late. I don't know what Nacho said about the Browns, but I will say I'm low-key vindicated. In the beginning of the season, I said the one team that's a wild card that no one knows their potential is the Browns because that defense.
You did say that. You did say
that. And granted, I thought it was going to be with Deshaun. Turns out it was with Joe Flacco. He's cooking these boys and he's just sleeping after he's cooking these boys. And he's like, this is light to me. He had to play Troy Polamalu twice a year. He was in the golden age, not golden age, but one of the best age of defenses. He practiced against Ravens defense all the time. Played the freaking Steelers twice a year. Played against the Jets on occasion. Patriots with Bill Belichick in his prime. With Brady going back and forth. Nothing that these kids can do is going to phase them, which experience matters. You got a veteran who's been there, done that. They're scary out, and that defense plays inspired. They were always playing well, right? Because that's just their MO. We're gonna play good defense. The hell with the offense. We're gonna play good defense. But now the Browns is they're gonna play great defense because they're gonna get the ball back to the offense who is putting up points. That's the wild card because, albeit Joe Flacco was 38, there was a reason why he was on the couch. But if he's playing with house money because he's like, yo, I'm chilling. After the season's over, he'll probably get a backup job somewhere or be a bridge. But he has a chance to really write his own story. Because if he can take the Browns to a deep playoff run, hey, that's a lot. That's all you can do with that. And he has a lot of football left to go. Look, Tom Brady played until he's 43. Aaron Rodgers is going to play at 40 years old. He's 38. He's still got a lot of football left to play. So shout out to them. I wanted the Jets. I mean, I was nervous because if we lose to Miami, there was a chance for the Browns to get the 1 seed, which was nuts. But that's not going to happen. But shout out to the Browns, man. I think they're probably going to end up playing Jacksonville. T-Law not right in that game. They
already played him, and what happened? He threw 3 picks.
It was
bad. So literally, I said it on the show in the start. I'm betting on Browns whoever they play. And then I would love the Texans. I would love the Texans to win the division, but no matter if it's Colts, Texans, or Jags, I'm picking them.
I would love CJ Stroud to win the division just to get his leg back because they smoked the Texans a couple weeks ago. So I would love that. Where are you gonna spank my team when I'm not here? Watch this. I'm gonna spank you now. But we're gonna talk about tomorrow more. But if you think about it, right? Because you said no matter who the AFC South plays the Browns, no matter who it is, the Browns are gonna spank them. So already,
but I would
they're gonna beat them. Let's beat them, right? So you're already thinking, right? Browns, Ravens, divisional round. That could happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's more realistic to happen versus or you could say, oh fucking, if Miami beats Buffalo, gets the 2 seed, then it's
They would play either
they would
Texas
play
or
Texans or
Colt. They
whatever.
get
Whoever wins that thing, who wins
yeah.
that? Then it'll be Buffalo at Kansas City, and then Buffalo beats Kansas City, and then it's Ravens Bills, and then it's freaking Browns and Browns. Yo, that's the thing, bro. The Browns is the one team that low key no one wants to play because they're playing with house money. Because once Deshaun went down, everyone's like, oh, they're cooked. They're cooked. They're done. But Joe Flacco's like got them to this point. So shout out to Joe Flacco, former Raven great. Shout out to the Browns with Myles Garrett. It's either him or TJ Watt at this point for defensive player of the year. It's either one of them two. It's either one of them
He
two.
might get it because Cleveland's like the season has been Kevin Stefanski's great. They have 11 wins with 4 different quarterbacks, but he's the leader of the defense. He might not have all the stats, but he might just because his impact.
It might be like a Lamar thing. It might be like a Lamar thing. Impact, which is
sure.
fair for sure. So shout out to the Browns. They held it down. You said so.
I already talked about it.
You already talked about it. We don't got to talk about it anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just say this. This is what happens when you try to get cute.
Yeah.
I think I do agree that the Lions did get hold, but at the same time I'm not gonna be like, oh, like they should have won. Well, first of all, low key, if you think about it, you shouldn't be in that position to begin with, because Jared Goff threw a second interception, and all the Cowboys had to do was milk the clock. The Cowboys let them back in the game by not running the ball because they can't run the ball. So you do that, and then you have Dak throw it out of bounds, which saves them a timeout. It's like, bro, what are you doing? So the ineptitude and the freaking dumb shit that the Cowboys were doing let the Lions have a chance to win. I don't have faith in none of these teams. I thought the Lions were going to pull up, have a high-scoring game. Both teams had mistakes. CeeDee Lamb did a Derek Carr impression. Fucking, they went on, Lions went on 4th and goal and missed.
Yeah.
In a playoff game atmosphere, points are at a premium. You kick the field goal, bro. I know this like natural one of the commandments. You don't kick, you get touchdowns, not field goals. But hey, in this kind of situation where seeding is on the line, you win this, you have a chance to get the 1 seed.
It's almost like we're brothers because I said that literally.
For me, like, bro, you cannot leave coaching to the win like that, and that's exactly what you did. And you, bro, we're at the blackjack table. You see 2 tens, you see 2 low numbers back to back, or 2 aces, or even 1 ace. You like, yeah, I'm gonna stay. That's bad omens. That's bad vibes. And you first of all, you get it, then you get hold, then you get picked off when it was offside by Micah. That's twice. You playing with faith right there. You playing with the football guys right there.
I was like, yo, but take the point, hey, you go.
But you have momentum because you had to go down the field and score, and you did that. You got the momentum. Dallas was sputtering a little bit.
Because here's the thing. Okay, I'm glad we're here. There's some games that this don't really matter. So the big games, we gotta talk about it. I literally said it. It's like the Lions got the ball. They were down 17-13. Then Jared Goff, don't be a liability, throws a pick. Like they had a chance to go down the field and let that be the last drive of the game. But instead, he threw a pick. Defense had to come onto the field, took care of business, forced a field goal. So Dallas is like, damn, we could have put the game away if we just got a touch. If they had a first down, game was over. But they got ahead, forced to take 3, and then what happened. They got hope. I said the same thing about 2018, the Saints no call. Everyone's like, oh my god, like get over it, right? The Saints still had a chance to win, but it's like I understand Lions fans for frustration. I truly do. I understand the refs messed up, they fucked up, right? Definitely different stages. One, because one was an obvious thing. 2, to play devil's advocate, just gonna throw this out there. If the guy was reported the right dude and said 68 was eligible, they would have probably covered him. or guarded him somehow. So the play might not have even worked anyway.
Mm.
But the bad part of the ref, got like that takes the story. Also, last point before we move on again to your gloating and whatever or whatever. So get your shiesty, whatever you want to get ready while I while I cook. Um, the same ref like the same ref that called the game is calling the Steelers Ravens game.
Oh, I know.
So
We don't care.
like the reaction videos from the fans were brutal to watch. Yes. And again, for a guy whose team got hold twice, wants to go to the Super Bowl, wants to go to an NFC title game, like I understand being hold, but at the same time, bro, like Jared Goff, when we got hold, he was like, "Oh, it is what it is. We did what we do. Da da da. They still had a chance to win." So I don't know, but all right, shebang. It's time to discuss Ravens clinching the number one seeds. Go ahead, and I'm gonna go talk to Shadi.
Oh, you see the fucking, you see the shiesty mask on. You see the Ravens hat on. I got the Vikings jersey on because that's what got it for me for my birthday. But word, feel me? First of all, let me take shit off. Man, listen. Man, listen. This game was very important. I'll put the hat back on. Very important. Because more so for us. All right. I'll be serious though. All right. This game was very important for our season. Not really for our season. We still had a chance for the 1 seed. But just to not have that worry of like, oh, is Lamar really the MVP? And for me, it's like 56-19. That means if you watch the game, right? Dolphins went up to score. Got a little lucky at some points, but they got their possession. Touchdown. We bounced back. Touchdown. They had, and this was the moment where shit hit the fan for Miami. When Tyreek bobbled that touchdown pass, because he was wide open. He got it. He just dropped it. The moment that happened and they had to settle for 3, that's when we blew the doors off them. That's when we just Odell makes him an awesome vintage Odell catch, sets up a Gus Edwards touchdown. Then we go. I think he throws the first pick, Tua, and then we go. No. I think whatever happens. We just go on an avalanche of offensive. Yeah, bro, Elku, bro, that's a fact. After the bobble, I'm looking at him like, oh yeah, it's GG's. They're not ready for that. And they're vindicating everything that these analysts are saying that Miami can't beat a good team, which is statistically correct. They only have 1 win against a team with a winning record. They have 1 win. When they played Buffalo the first time, got blasted. Played Kansas City, they lost. They didn't get blasted, but they lost. Played Philly, got blasted. Played Dallas, we beat Dallas, but they beat themselves more than y'all beat Dallas. Then you play Baltimore, and you get roasted. And then, man, listen, I have so much to say. First of all, to that shorty on Fox Sports, Monica something, Bolognese or whatever, Bologna. Shorty said my man is not a quarterback. Quarterbacky. I want my quarterbacks to be quarterbacky. That's low key hidden innuendos of racism. Blatantly. Because what? You can't say that this season. You cannot say that this season. This season, low key, I'm not like as much of the MVP 19 was amazing, but he did it with his athleticism. That was just pure him being like the best athlete on the field. This season, Lamar more so against San Francisco put the nail in the coffin that I can run it. I definitely can. I got the green light to do what I want to do. But like I'm a wait, bide my time with my legs in the pocket, do a little dancey dance, and look upfield for the open man. And it also helps having some play designs that having him at his left, being left-handed to blind the freaking linebackers, turning back and launching a bitch. It definitely helps. Play calling matters, bro. All coordinators matter. I've been saying that the entire season. The Chiefs don't look the same without Bieniemy. The Eagles lost both their coordinators and they're in shambles. Bro, coordinators matter in this league, ladies and gentlemen. They matter. So we have a great one in Todd Monken. And we have a great one in Mike McDaniel. Because Mike McDonald. He's an amazing defensive coordinator. And for Lamar, if he, I keep on saying it, I don't give a fuck if he wins MVP or not. I don't. I really don't. Because if he does, awesome. Great. He's the youngest person with two not back to back, but he's the youngest person with 2 MVPs. Before 27. Well, at the age of 26, he'll have 2 MVPs. I don't care about that. I don't care. He'll probably get it. Which, another notch on the resume. And he doesn't, and Nacho said it, bro. He doesn't care either. He doesn't care. Harbaugh wants that for him because I want somebody to love me like John Harbaugh loves Lamar Jackson. I said it last week and I'm going to say it again, bro. I want somebody who loves me like the way John Harbaugh loves Lamar Jackson. That's his guy. That's his guy. Like, their relationship is one of a kind. Like, it's awesome to see. Roquan setting the tone defensively. And we did this without Marlon Humphrey for better part of the game, without Kyle Hamilton. Injuries out the ass on our end, too. Now, granted, Bradley chipped towards ACL. Praise out to him. Sorry about that. Xavier Howard hurt. I think he hurt his foot or a toe or something like that. He had to get carted up the field, too. So I'm sorry about that. But, bro, that doesn't excuse your offense for looking that way. Without Waddle, we was putting it on Tyreek. And sure, he was open, but he ain't going nowhere. He had 8 chain ran for 100 yards. That's fine. That's Gucci. We love that. Because that means the attention's not going to, that means we doing our job against Tyreek Hill. So now we got the bye week. We already got that. Now, what people are asking, or they're speculating, what should they do? Me personally, I'm Harbaugh, right? I'm not resting my guys. That's 2 weeks of rest is nuts. 2 weeks of rest is nuts. 1 week is plenty. Week and a half. Because they play a quarter. And if we're looking shaky, play a half. And after that, pull them. All the starters. All the starters. Huntley could beat the Steelers. Huntley or Malik Cunningham or whoever the fuck, they can do that. Lamar, he already sealed up the MVP. If he plays bad against the Pittsburgh Steelers and throws like 2 interceptions, that only ruins his chances. That really does. But, and Nacho texted it in the thing, representing us, bro, he's locked in. He's locked. He's not, like, sure, he's dancing and doing the money shit like that. He's doing his thing. But press conferences, locked in. Talking to the media on the field, he's locked in. And that's what I love to see. Because as a guy that's a Ravens fan who's been through a lot of pain with this franchise since the Super Bowl win in 2012, it's been a lot of pain. We have an opportunity to do something special. Because this is the season where the Chiefs are looking vulnerable. Maybe as vulnerable as they're ever going to be, because they're definitely going to reinvest in some wide receivers in this. And their defense is elite, just like ours. And they're going to get right. Buffalo's offensively shaky and defensively shaky. Injured out the ass. Miami can't beat good teams. Bengals don't got Joe Burrow. The Browns is the unknown. And then the NFC, the only team that could touch us, to be honest with you, is San Francisco. and maybe Dallas if it was a dome, but it's not. It's going to be in Vegas. And Elko, to your question, is pulling all the starters normal? If you already clinched the 1 seed, it is normal. It is normal because you got nothing to play for. Why? What's the point of getting them injured or potentially injured? Now, I think if you lost the week before and you look like dumb shaky, then you Bill Belichick played those guys. Like, oh yeah, like he played the bitch, and that's the separation of good from the great. Great, like, because there were numerous times because back in the day before it was only 1 bye, it was 2 byes. So they had that locked up. God damn it. They had that shit locked up and they're just chilling. They're vibing. They play a half and you pull. And
Yeah.
even you're gonna see a lot of like that with the Rams, with San Francisco, with fucking who else? With Kansas City, because they're locked to the 3 seed, they can't do nothing else. So you're gonna see that happen a lot this week, where you're gonna see a lot of people just sitting out or playing like a series or 2 and just sitting out the rest of the game.
Yeah, so like last year, the Bucks had clinched the 4th seed, right? So they played Brady for like a half, or like a quarter and a half, just to keep their mental reps up. But then they sat and they lost to Atlanta. Didn't matter. They were lost to the 4th anyway. So pulling starters, not all the starters. So like I think guys like if you are like this is like a big incentive week. Like you're gonna be hearing about contract incentives, like they need 5 more catches to get a band, like or a million. They need 2 more touchdowns in order, like towards the end of the game, there's gonna be guys like trying to get those incentives. So like I think Kelsey is like 12 yards or so away from 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Like those kind of like he might get in quick catch for 12 yards and then boom, he's done. But for the Ravens, I think like Hamilton probably not playing, Humphrey, like the guys who's been dealing with nagging injuries. Like we'll talk more about it tomorrow, who we think might not play for certain teams, of course. But like for Kansas City, like Mahomes, like there's no point for him to play. Literally nothing. He has a $500 million contract. Like he's good. But Isaiah Pacheco, right, who's been dealing with shoulders and concussions, he probably won't play. So there's some teams that are locked in. Like I don't think the NFC is as like the Niners, like Trent Williams might not play, and Kittle and like McCaffrey definitely he shut down. So like there's some teams that are gonna be like, oh, there's no point. But like if Tyreek Hill, for example, was like they had the 2nd seed clinched and they were trying to he was trying to get to 2,000, like he would play.
He needs 283, I think, for 2,000.
Hey, and I said it when we talked about the Cowboys game. Like CeeDee Lamb just went for 200. Amari Cooper went for 200 2 weeks ago. It's like teams gonna try to, if he can do it, if anybody could do it, Tyreek can.
For sure.
But yeah, and then we talked about the Bills. Yeah, I talked about your premonition, talking about. Oh, are you done? You done gloating? You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I know. Ravens Lamar MVP. We good. Yeah, we good.
I talked about the Bills being sorry in terms of like starting drives. Like they couldn't get any touchdowns without short fields. Yeah, and the Bears take care of business. So show resumes.
Yeah, I'll say it real quick. Buffalo, I said it last week. I'll say it again, bro. Either they hot or they're not. And Diggs for like a month and a half, 2 months, been quiet, done nothing. And I'm like, dude, what we doing? What we doing? And people was like, oh, Allen's MVP. He can start it from. No, that's dead. That's dead. Because as they're saying, oh, he's Brett Favre. He's Brett Favre incarnate. He has all of these yards and these touchdowns. But he leads the league in interceptions, brother. You're cooked.
He's 2nd in the league. Sam Howell's 1st.
Oh, that don't even count no more.
No, because he started last week and got 2 more picks.
Jesus Christ. Bro, that shit's irrelevant, bro. You still top 2. You 2nd in the league in interceptions? My brother. You threw an interception in like 14 straight games, bro. You're cooked. You gotta prove it to me. And low key, spoiler alert, I have Miami winning. I have them winning because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm fatigued, ladies and gentlemen. I am fatigued. I don't want to see Buffalo in the playoffs.
Hmm.
I don't. But low key, I do because if they do upset the Chiefs, they come to Baltimore. We get vindication from we get revenge from 2020, and we hold it down. We spank y'all handily. But to avoid that, I think we can lose to Pittsburgh, and I think Jacksonville could win against Tennessee. I have a bet on that. And y'all have the playoffs, no matter if y'all lose. So come on, Miami, let's go. And then fucking Falcons, I don't care about that. I said it on a 10-minute TikTok yesterday. I was like, yo, you should definitely either you hold it down for Justin and you trade him to the Falcons or wherever he wants to go, and you draft Caleb and start it over. You could definitely do it. You could get the 10 pick too. You could draft a receiver again, and you can work with that. You can rock with that. So whatever you decide to do, you're on the clock. You're on the clock.
Word.
CJ Stroud returns. Now I'm caught up. CJ Stroud returns as Texans continue to play first. This was the start to finish of demolition. Like offensively, defensively, that's a team. Like this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. Because he was dealing, defense was playing well. Granted, it was the Titans, so I'm not gonna put too much stock in it. But as a team, that was a team win, a great team win. And you winning in Saturday night. You winning in against Indy. All the pressure, low key on you because you're probably favorite. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But you guys get in as a rookie. Come on, you rookie, you need this experience. Win or lose, win or lose, and depending on who you play. Let's say Buffalo, you low key could beat Buffalo. Like, bro, the Texans can't win a game. If TJ Stroud is dealing like he's been dealing, they can definitely upset somebody.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Um,
Good job.
Concussions are no joke. It's kind of a shame they had to lose to the Browns and I made things complicated. But hey, he's healthy. He's dealing. He's got a good coach. D'Amico Ryans is good. Defense is coming to his own. Will Anderson. Will Anderson showing off as a top 3 pick lately, as of late, coming onto his own. All the pressure. I don't know if there's any pressure. There's pressure is just pressure bust pipes or make diamonds, you know. So it is what it is on that. So regarding that, we'll see. We'll talk about more of that tomorrow. Really quickly, Colts eliminate Raiders 23-20. There's no pun. There's no anything. Colts keep their playoff push alive. I think the Raiders, we knew what they were. They're a good story. Antonio Pierce is a damn good coach. And somebody I saw on TikTok mentioned it before. The Raiders can't make the same mistake they did 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, they had fired their John Gruden.
Rich Versace, yeah.
They came in, led them to the playoffs, and almost beat the Bengals. Then they said, "Nah, we're gonna get an actual guy, and Josh McDaniels," and then that turned to a clusterfuck. So, you have a guy, you have a lot guys buying into Antonio Pierce, like they have he's locked in, the team is locked in, they fought hard. Sometimes be unconventional, be the Raiders. You're a rough nut franchise. You guys are supposed to punch people in the mouth. Antonio Pierce literally is from Compton. He literally was a Raiders fan, and that's his team. Now for the Colts, they could have lost this game, and they definitely should have. But Gardner Minshew, as we said this before, don't make the mistake. Don't make the bad play. Trust on Jonathan Taylor and that team. The Colts are ahead of schedule too. I gotta apologize. I'm doing a lot of apologies. I apologize to the Browns because I thought they would be 4th place. I apologize to both the Colts and the Texans because I thought, both starting rookie quarterbacks. I watched a lot of CJ Stroud, so I thought he was gonna be good. But I didn't watch anything of Anthony Richardson. He didn't even play a lot. I thought the Colts would suck. We own up to our mistakes in 2024. We own up to our mistakes. But yeah, Colts continue to push. Saturday night's going to be a fun time.
game. Yes.
It's going to be awesome to see what's going to happen. I'm excited.
You traveling back?
I travel tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I leave in the morning.
Early. You always leaving the third.
I was always leaving the third. Yeah.
I thought you was leaving early. My fault, gang. I mean later. My bad.
No, Sherelle and them thought I was leaving today.
Oh,
So
I thought you were leaving like Thursday or Friday or some shit.
Nah, it was always the third. We'll talk.
Yeah. Raiders, good, valiant effort. You still had a chance to make the playoffs somehow, but it's okay. Next year, depending on who you hire as the coach and who you get as the quarterback, draft one of those rookies, Michael Penix or something. Somebody get some excitement back in Vegas now. Get that. You need that. Rams squeak. Oh my god, bro. Oh, me and Ashley watching. So sidebar, me and Ashley, he came to my crib on Sunday. We was drinking Twisted Teas, broing out, right? Like we should, bro. We see a freaking Gunner or Shevsky kick, punt return, touchdown. We're like, because first of all, I think he did it once, and he was like, "Why did you go?" And they called a fair catch and keep it pushing. That's what Natural said. Natural yelling at him, like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And he didn't do it again. He like went. We were like, "What are you doing? What? It's not that much time left. What are you doing?" And he bolted. We was like, "Oh!" And then we on the phone with Matt on FaceTime, and he's like, "Oh!" We like, "Oh shit!" And then they go for 2. And then Tyrod, who was Dolan, he fucks up the pass to Saquon. He was wide. Like, bro, like, even Loki could have probably ran it himself and have Saquon blocked. And they would have got it, put the pressure on the Rams, and then you get the stop. You drive down the field. 54 yards is not easy, but it's makeable. It is makeable. I know it's Jersey, but it was actually not a bad day. It was just a little cold, but it wasn't raining. It wasn't raining. Wasn't windy. Good for December, January. That was great conditions. He just didn't have the leg. That's how you know he's old. He didn't have the leg. He didn't have the leg for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's only a few folks who can make it 50 yards and make it look easy. The GOAT, Justin Tucker. Brandon Aubrey, Domer. Evan McPherson on a good day, But it's only a handful of us, you know what I'm saying? Harrison Buck on a good day, Dicker the kicker, But you long in the tooth like Mason Crosby. There's a reason why they call him Crossbar. Hey. So, if you're the Giants, you're like, fuck, we lost. But if you're the Rams, you're like, whoo, we in the playoffs, baby. And they're one of those teams where they can, because they got the championship pedigree. They got key players in positions that matter. Quarterback, a defensive menace in Aaron Donald, a bunch of young, speedy guys on the defensive side as well. You got Cooper Kupp and the guy who should win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but probably won't, Puka Nacua, who has 1,400 yards. He's like 50 yards away from breaking the record or whatever, like 20. I don't know. He's like 14 something. I think Jefferson had 1,400. Chase had like 1,440 or whatever like that. So he's like a solid game from breaking the record.
And then they have the Domer, Kyron Williams.
And you got the Domer, Kyron Williams, who's probably gonna be a Pro Bowler in the NFC.
Yo, just Notre Dame players, bro. Just like, yo,
it's nuts. Like the Rams and they got the great coaching of Sean McVay. So, bro, depending on who they play round 1, which is Loki looking like Detroit,
that's gonna. Ooh.
Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit to hand the Lions an L. Oh, that's pain. Oh, that's a pain right there.
Definitely pain. Jared Goff, his old team too. Like
cinema. It's cinema.
Cinema, bro.
Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl but lost it, but Matthew Stafford won it. Oh. Jared Goff won the division that Matthew Stafford tried 12 years but never could. Oh, that's hard. The heartstrings
Are
pulls
you
it.
done, son?
It pulls it. It writes itself. And the Rams win. It's GG. The Rams go to San Francisco and they can beat San Francisco. Oh my lord! Oh. And then the Cowboys can spank the Rams, and then the Cowboys Ravens Super Bowl, like I said at the beginning of the season. Oh my lord! Oh shit!
You good?
I'm done. I'm done. Shout out to the Rams, man.
Okay. Okay, just a perfect reaction. The storylines, once the playoffs are set, we'll talk about dream matchups and all that stuff and like what we expect to see. But the playoffs still gotta happen. Case in point, gotta go through the Niners. Niners clinched. You see that segue? Yo, come on, son. Come on, son. Niners clinched #1 seed in the NFC because of Philadelphia Eagles choked. We're gonna get to that in a second.
He's choking.
The Lions got hold, so they lost. The Eagles got exposed, even though they've already been exposed. We talked about it. This is why, I think national media, I think they watch little YouTubers here and there, to pick out ideas for fresh thoughts, because we literally been saying for weeks the defense sucks. I've been saying it for weeks that the defense is, but we'll talk about the Niners. It was a close game for like a good half. It was like back and forth. The Commanders were fighting. The Sam Howell turned to Sam Howell, who turned to Josh Allen, just throwing picks, like just bad. And then the Niners like, all right, it's time to sit up and actually do what they gotta do. I got no analysis of this game. It happened. The Commanders now have like the 4th pick in the draft now, which is crazy. They're number 2. Wow. Who knows what's gonna happen?
We go Chicago, Commanders, Patriots,
And Cardinals.
Cardinals, Giants, and then Chargers, and then everyone else.
Yeah, so no real analysis on this game. I know the show's already going to be super long because we have a lot to talk about. The Niners win, and they got the 1 seed. What they should do, we'll talk about that tomorrow. They're probably going to sit a lot of guys, but I don't know, because the Rams, their position isn't locked. So the Rams could be the 6th or the 7th. So like with the loss, the Rams could be the 7th, having to go to Dallas potentially. And then 6th, they'll go to Detroit potentially. So who knows what's going to happen with the Niners? What do they do? What do they do? Who knows? But Chris McCaffrey's definitely not playing.
Exactly. Wait, I'll say one thing real quick. The one thing that can stop San Fran is themselves, health wise. Trent Williams already banged up, Kittle banged up, Devo banged up this season. McCaffrey's been banged up. So basically, all their players, even Purdy had a concussion, so he was been banged up. So like, it's the only thing that can stop them is themselves, and they gotta take care of. They gotta use these next couple weeks and try to get it right. Maybe Stephen Lombardi over my cold dead hands. Anyway, Jags take care of business real quick versus the Panthers. I have ladies and gentlemen, I'm alive. There's no analysis for this game except that, bro, I'm 1 win away. Oh, actually, I'm 2 wins away. I'm 2 wins away. Huh?
I said, never mind.
Oh, I need a lot to happen for the second one. But for the first one, I had a 4-team, 10-win teaser. Chiefs just got it. We'll talk about that in a second. Philly, they've been had it. Baltimore, we've been had it. The only team left was Jacksonville. And I was like, I could definitely get 10 wins because you're soft ass schedule. And they're at 9. The 3-game losing streak or 4-game losing streak that I had, low key ruined my chances a little bit. But they could win it with Tennessee. I love it. And then the second one is I had like 7 teams making the playoffs. I'm not gonna it was Ravens, 49ers, Chiefs, Lions, Eagles. I got the Jags and I got the Saints. But 7 cash to win 80 cash. Bro, I need y'all. Football guys, I need the Saints in the playoffs. If they get booted in the first round, which I would not bet on because go Saints, I have is a half, but I need him in the dance. I need him in the dance. So yeah, Jax hold down. Bryce Young overwhelmed. I know he's just frustrated as hell. It'd be like that sometimes. And now,
Elku, I hope you're still here, bro. Elku.
yeah, you a Philly fan? Ooh, that's tough, bro, 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 bro. I'm so sorry, Malcolm. Cry, Eagles, cry, bro. How, bro? You and both you and Dallas lost to the Cardinals, bro. And your loss is worse than Dallas's. Yeah, Dallas got punked, but y'all blew a good 21-point lead. Y'all blew it. Y'all blew it, bro. Without a 99-yard pick six, you scored 24 points, bro. In the second half, they scored every single possession. They did not punt one time in the second half. Kyler Murray was running, and running. Your boy Blankenship or whoever got their ankles snatched. James Conner running well. They said today that Kyler's the QB1 of the franchise, so they're probably going to end up drafting Marvin Harrison, which we would put Kyler Murray with Marvin Harrison. That's low key good eats. That's low key good eats. Maybe we sign Hollywood, so he'll be the two. That's good eats right there. I like it. I like it a lot. And bro, Jonathan Gannon redemption against his team, former team, like it's cinema. It's cinema. Jalen Hurts is not looking good. But when we say it, when Shannon Sharp says it, when we say it, we come like, oh, we hating. We wish you could be like, yeah, I wish I could be that handsome and making like 250 M's and shit. I wish I could be that. I'm handsome. I'm not that handsome. I'm not that successful. But yet, when we say these things, when we say the defense's ass is going to hold them back, not even saying this since week one. But yet, when we say that, it's like, oh, y'all just watch football. Y'all don't really know it for real. And you look at it, and they're not the worst, but they're pretty much dead. As bad can get. And you needed a win because now Dallas has a division lead. So now you have to go. Let's say you win against the Giants, which is not guaranteed. It's not a guaranteed win because you're going to Giants. So it's not guaranteed at all. So now the Cowboys can sit back at the 2 seed and y'all at the 3. I mean, at the 5. I mean, you're gonna go to potentially New Orleans. Who, if on a good day, Derek Carr can definitely do some things. Could definitely do that. So, like, bro, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. They're so cooked. Chris Broussard had to change his pick to Ravens. No confidence. Elko got no confidence in y'all. And that's a shame because he's an Eagles fan. That's nuts. Y'all cooked.
So I all I gotta say, I'm gonna just real quick.
Vindication.
So I've been saying for weeks, offense has their own problems. I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll okay. Hey, like somebody, and Twitter is awesome because like their takes is like something I ingrained in my head. There's a couple of things. So offensively speaking, for the Eagles, their play calling has been tush push or F it, AJ Brown down there somewhere. And that's not that last part isn't necessarily accurate because it's been more of everybody else but AJ Brown, Dallas Goddard, Devonta Smith. It's you guys have a weapon. You guys have weapons that are like comparable to, let's just say, argument's sake, top 5 in the NFC. There's no reason why you should be losing to Cardinals. But why did we lose to Cardinals? Besides play calling, your defense has been atrocious against the run, against the pass. Overall, your defense, Why do you have Hassan Reddick playing in coverage when he leads your team in sacks? Why do you have him playing in coverage? Have him strictly be a pass rusher. Darius Slay, haven't heard from you. Haven't heard from you. He's been hurt? Maybe. Haven't heard anything about him. You trade for Kevin Byard, all pro safety in Nashville or Tennessee. He gets to Philly. Basuda. Their whole defense. Chase Brown again has a nice, not Chase Brown, Sidney Brown, nice pick 699 yards. Cool. But other than that, the Cardinals of all teams had the time of possession. Like it was 21-6. More accurately, it was 14-6, minus the pick six. And y'all forced them to kick field goals. Cool. But they went up and down the field. At some point, you gotta look your guys because it's not coaching. It's either coaching matters, yes. Jonathan Gannon is leading the team that had like the Cardinals of all teams and went to your house and beat y'all. They have lesser players than y'all. Coaching matters for sure, but something's got to give. You trying Sean Desai, you tried that Patricia. What's going on? And some people argue you either win, lose great, but win ugly. No, wins are wins. You were great to be 10-1, but since the one against Buffalo, you guys have lost to the Niners, got smoked. Lost to the Cowboys, got smoked. Lost to Seattle, got smoked. Well, not smoked, but like your defense gave up to Drew Lock of all people. And then you lose to Arizona. That's four losses, and then you did not look great. No redeeming qualities of any of them. Any of them. But of course, push your way to some wins and some touchdowns. We'll talk about it. Giants have nothing to play for. Giants probably want to tank, but they can force you to be the 5th seed and have to go to the Saints? Bro. Good eats.
Good eats.
Oh, Elko, bro. Oh, we traveled to the Saints because they beat Tampa Bay already. Tampa Bay's ass. They can handle Tampa Bay. You travel to New Orleans, playoff atmosphere, barbecue chicken alert. Speaking of Saints, Saints keep playoff hopes alive, baby. At one point, we was up 20-0. More actually, no, it was up 23-0. So, yeah, Baker Mayfield threw for 300 yards, but prevent defense and all that stuff. Like, Saints, man, Saints are one of the most infuriating teams. This iteration of the Saints, because most fans are like, "Oh my God, you look so great!" Like the losses are bad losses, but we haven't gotten blown out. All the losses have been by one possession, and it's just because like we come back. The false comebacks piss me off. You know, it's you look good for the 3rd and 4th quarter, but you start off so slow that like you have to come back. You have to play catch up mode all the time. This was since the Patriots game. The first time we start from start to finish, we look just like we dominated. We like took care of business. And let's go home. Let's celebrate New Year's at the crib. Like that's basically what it was. It's like, hey, we're on a business trip. Showed up, scored 2 touchdowns real quickly. Defense played lights out like they normally do, and it was over. Just why? What the question that I always will ask: where was this against the team? Like the teams with winning records were 1-5. One of those wins came against the Bucks just now. Like we don't beat the teams that we're supposed to because the coaching matters. We have the talent to beat the teams that suck. So, i.e., the Panthers, the Giants, the Bears, and then in the middle, you know, the Vikings, the Packers. You know what happens? Well, Packers were up 17-0, choked. Jaguars had a chance to win at the end, but dropped touchdowns. Defense like 3 turnovers. The Vikings, Derek Carr gets hurt, but again, he's playing like ass before then. And Jameis Winston comes in and has to lead us to some good touchdowns. It's just like every game we lost. Detroit were down 21-0 in the first quarter, halfway through the first quarter. playing catch up. It's like every game we've lost, they came down to coaching, it came down to quarterback play. And this, everyone's saying, Saints fans were like, oh, this is like the best game Derek Carr has played. Derek Carr, it took 17 weeks. It took 17 weeks for this to happen. So, yes, we need a lot of help. It doesn't sound like a lot, but we need the Panthers to upset the Bucks. That's a Herculean task in itself. And we still got to take care of Atlanta, bitter rivals to the end. We do those two things happen, we win the NFC South. If, for example, the Panthers are the Panthers and they freaking suck, then we need Seattle to lose to the Cardinals, which we just talked about. We'll talk about the Cardinals next, the Seahawks next, actually. And we need the Bears to take care of the Packers. Those three things happen, of course, for the Saints win. We're the 7th seed, baby, going to Dallas. And that's going to be bad. But I'm here for it. We in the dance, baby. We in the dance.
I got nothing to add. But I do want to say, this is so Pittsburgh, bro. This is so bro. Chisel down and said, where was this the whole season? Just like you said, where was this the whole season for the Saints? He said the same thing for the Steelers. Bro, you dropped 30 back-to-back weeks. What? Huh? Like, I beg your pardon? Like, you beat, well, Cincinnati, who was like somewhat rolling. You expose them. And then you beat Seahawks, who was coming off a great win like 2 weeks ago against Philly. Like, y'all up right now. And then it's just like, you look at Geno and you're like, this is why he was where he was. And you look at DK, who should be traded. He had a good couple games and doing the sign language stuff, but he doesn't look like he belongs in Seattle anymore. So you can either trade him for some value or draft a rookie quarterback, Michael Penix. Put him in Washington, who's already in Washington. Just put him in Seattle to have more like Washington Husky fans tune into y'all games. And you rock out. Because you put him with, because he has the best receiving like core in the nation. But you put him with DK, Tyler Lockett, JSN. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And he's a guy who likes to sling it. So it would definitely leave room to just have it be a high-powered offense. Because the defense can use some work for sure. You use a draft for that. But offensively, they pretty much have everything. You have a good left tackle. You have good running backs, plural. You have good wide receivers. You maybe draft a tight end, have them develop. You draft a quarterback, and you boom, you're right in there. You're right in the mix. So Geno's limited. It's pretty much it, and it's GG's because y'all gonna lose to the Cardinals. So for me, yeah.
Here's the downside too. The Steelers can still make the playoffs. It's just insane.
It's insane.
Sure. Well, even with the loss, they can still make the playoffs. Which again, just dumb. The Steelers did something that it has been a while. Like they just ran the ball, and then they threw it key situations. They threw it to Pickens and Johnson, and it was awesome. But Najee Harris and Jalen Warren were running like they were running like men possessed against that sorry ass defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cardinals literally run the ball with James Conner and Kyler Murray like men possessed as well. So that's why, like logically speaking, I'm picking the Cardinals to win.
Yes.
Like I'm a Saints fan wise, I need the Cardinals to win, but I genuinely believe like Pittsburgh they don't run the ball well. Like they try, they want to, but Mason Rudolph, and I can't believe I'm saying this, gives them a dimension of like they have to cover the receivers. They can't just have 8, 9 in a box. Because with Kenny Pickett, no one was afraid of him. With Mitch Trubisky, nobody was afraid of him. So Mason Rudolph gives them that dimension of, oh, we can actually throw the ball down the field. So they have to cover the receivers. And because of that, that allows 7 boxes, 6-man boxes, and allows the running backs to actually eat and feast. Corbett kept texting me. He's like, "Dude, these running backs are on like they're on something right now." All the running backs. Shout out to Kenneth Walker was also running like a man possessed as well. It's like in Seattle that. Whew, I don't know if it's in the air, if it's the rain, whatever. But man, they was running like men possessed, and it was a great sight to see. But Mike Tomlin is never pretty, but 17,
None.
17 straight winning seasons, bro. Like that shit is insane. Like it was like, oh, it's just a winning record. Who knows? Like bro? Bill Belichick doesn't have a winning record right now. You know, Mike Vrabel, a guy that we think is a good coach, doesn't have a winning record right now. Like, think about those guys is like, damn, 17 straight. It's insane. John Harbaugh, for one point in the time and another, was losing games.
Yeah.
Sean Payton, who like the Saints revere as a great coach, went 7-9 3 straight years. So it's like they don't belittle something that it's just 9 wins or it's just above 500. There are teams that don't even have that level of consistency. And Steelers fans want to fire Mike Tomlin. It's not his fault the quarterbacks suck. It might be. He might have to get another quarterback. Michael Penix. Every team, I'm just going to Michael Penix.
Indians.
But it's like, do your due diligence, play Steelers football. AFC North football is simple. Run the ball, play good defense, quarterback, don't fuck up. That's in what the Ravens case, Lamar, go be Lamar and be fantastic. But like otherwise, for the other three teams, Joe Flacco, don't fuck it up. Mitch Trubisky or Mason Rudolph now, don't fuck it up. And Joe Burrow, go be Joe Burrow. But now it's Jake Browning, which we talk about him now. Don't fuck up. And what happens? He fucked up. Bengals are eliminated from the playoffs. Chiefs clinched the AFC West and the number 3 seed. 2 birds, 1 stone. And literally, and I hate that Nick Wright is right in this case. He said we're gonna eliminate the Bengals New Year's Eve in their building. What happened? They eliminated the Bengals New Year's Eve. He thought it was gonna be Sunday Night Football. He thought it was gonna get flexed, but so he was wrong on that part. But otherwise, he was right, and that's a shame. Like I genuinely have no real thoughts on the matter. The offense still looks broken. They had to kick 6 field goals.
Yeah,
So they had 6 field goals and then a touchdown from for Isaiah Pacheco, who had 130 yards rushing. Like he's good, but man, just Mahomes, MVS, like the receiving core, they have 42 drops, bro. Like the Mahomes-led offense leads the league in drops. Like that's why the Bengals were hanging around. That's why the Bengals had a lead.
yeah.
But then they got complacent, got lazy. Actually, I was traveling back, so I didn't actually see what happened. I was traveling to the crib to change and get ready for New Year's Eve. Fun time, by the way. Still recovering from it. Point is, Chiefs take care of business. They limited the mistakes. It's just when I say they look broken, they had to adapt, and I wasn't ready for them to adapt. And what do I mean by that? They have to play a brand of football that's not what I was used to with Mahomes. They have to have the defense play champion level defense, which they're definitely capable of. They have to limit possessions for the other team and let Patrick Mahomes make 3 or 4 good plays a game. They're not gonna beat teams 35-20 anymore. They're not gonna beat teams 27-20. Like you score 21 points if you're either Kansas City or you're the opponent, you pretty much have a good shot to beat the team. And that's just a different light that I wasn't expecting to see for Kansas City, for a Patrick Mahomes led team. But they take care of business, they eliminate your rival, so you're happy about that. And tomorrow we'll discuss what should they do or whatever. But they probably rest some of the guys. But as Chris Broussard said, he's like, yeah, the receivers though, y'all playing. y'all gotta catch the ball somewhere. Like, y'all gotta learn how to catch. And Mahomes getting pissed off, and you don't want him to get hurt. So he might play like a quarter or so, but the receivers keep working on their timing, work on plays, and work on other stuff. But man, uh, Chiefs, they're also one of those teams too, like Cleveland, where like, do you, as a Ravens fan, be objective as
I'm nervous as hell. Yeah, bro.
objective as hell? Do you want to play Kansas City?
I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'd much rather not.
Because you never know.
Like, bro, it could be like they one time they locked the fuck in versus us. I'm like, bro, like, where was this the whole season? You want to wait for now? Like, I'll be tight. So I'd rather not. I'd rather have Miami or Buffalo or someone else beat them and eliminate them. So, all right, hold it down.
Fair. So that's all I gotta say.
I got not really much to add either. I just think that it just sucks, bro. Like, I know, like they're saying 42 drops is a lot. 2 or 3 drops a game happens. Like it definitely happens. And if you do 17 games, well 16 for their case, that's 48. So 2 drops, let's say about 16, that's 30, still 32. So it's like 2 drops a game. And there's like it's not even I don't think the drops are the problem. I think it's when the drops happen.
I was just about to say that.
Like on third downs to kill the drives. In the red zone, you guys settle for 3. Like those inopportune times when the drops happen, that's where it's like, oh, like, because their offense, even like, and I said it when I talked about the Eagles, or I talked about it about my Ravens when you was talking to Sade. I was like, yo, coordinators matter. Like Eric Bieniemy mattered. Like we see his value. We see his value, and they're in a phase where they're paying Mahomes, and now they gotta adjust. They have to adapt, like you mentioned, because then eventually Travis Kelsey retires in a couple years. So then what do? You gotta pay Chris Jones, or you gonna let him walk? So it's like you have so many decisions to make, and they thought they were cute. They thought, oh, we got Mahomes, we can do it. Nah, it takes a team to win. Yeah, you can have the best player on the planet, but it still takes a team to win. Because back in the day, you was winning like 35 to 31, 38 to 35 shootouts. As long as you had the ball last, everyone was like, well, as long as Mahomes got the ball last, y'all can win the game. And to this day, it's still probably true, but like, bro, why continuously play him through that? Now the defense is holding it down. The second best scoring defense, being awesome, getting pressure, getting sacks, turnovers, whatever. And then the offense is slacking. You throw two, like the Raiders lost in my head. I'm like, yo, like you should not have lost to the Raiders. You shouldn't. You should have beaten Philly. You should have beaten the Bills. Like there's so many losses you guys had, and it's just like you should have beaten Detroit week 1. Like like bad omens started week 1 when Kadarius Toney dropped it or popped it up, and then Homie went for the pick 6. The English drops over and over again. That was the precursor to the season. Because really, ever since then, that's every single week. Their tough losses has been on the ad drops at the wrong time. So they're playing. They're playing and getting right. And depending on who they play, if they play Buffalo, movie. If they play Miami, still a movie. Tyreek revenge game. So we'll see. We'll see. But for me, 2 teams we won't be seeing is the Chargers and the Broncos. Even if they won, they still out the playoffs. My thing is, I'll be quick. Russ cooked. Russ is cooked. There's a story out, and I'm not sure how valid the story is. I'm just saying the story as I heard. Is that he was checking down on purpose. He wasn't
To avoid sex, right?
to
Or
avoid sacks, to avoid messing up with his numbers, his percentages, and his yards. Like he wasn't throwing as many deep shots as necessary because he didn't want a chance of throwing interceptions. So like he's taking himself he's taking the team for himself as selfish as hell. And that's true. I don't know if the story, but if that's true, Russ is no longer valid in these streets, bro. He never was, in my opinion, because he's corny. But if that's true that you were taking a team to protect yourself, that's nuts. That's insane.
yeah.
Because he he had flashes of like, oh yeah, I'm back, bitches ruts, whatever, making plays happen. But if this is true, bro, nah, that's not valid. But shout out to Jared Stidham, he held it down, and the Chargers keep on losing. Get a higher draft pick, and then boost the team. Maybe trade away Derwin James or something like that. Trade away some of the players that have high caps on you. Should we retool, retool, retool?
I'll be quick. You said everything. Like, yeah, they won, but like they still lost in the end because you want to be in the playoff. Um, I don't know. Broncos never like. Well, even when that win streak, I was just like, okay, cool. Like, who did you beat? You beat Minnesota with Josh Dobbs. You beat Josh Allen being Josh Allen. Like the downside of Josh Allen. So like, there's like the wins. Yeah, cool. The teams you beaten, cool. You screwed over the Vikings, which we'll talk about in a second. Great, but like Russ and Sean Payton from the beginning, you knew. Like I'm like, yeah, they don't mesh. It's like Sean Payton needs he needs a Drew Brees kind of guy who's like, well, analytically, like go back and forth with him and like lock in with him. It's like you're going crazy. He's like, the meme of like, Gojo's a little crazy, Nobura's a little crazy, Yuji's a little crazy, but Megumi's like off to the side. But he crazy when he need to be crazy. That's the kind of thing. It's like, yeah, Russ, like when young Russ in Seattle was that kind of like guy, a sponge,
Coachable.
coachable. But once he got that Mr. Unlimited and Danger Russ and let Russ cook. Like, ever since then, it was just like it was bad for business. So I don't know. I'm not excited for them. Like, screw Sean Payton. He got us the ring, but then he decided to quit on his team too. So it is what it is. But lastly, which a game that I didn't really watch because I was out. I was studying. I was you doing the Lord's body or Christ, whatever. I was drinking. It's all right. Anyway, Packers end 2023 with dominating win over Vikings. Yeah. Uh, Jordan Love, another guy that I have to somewhat apologize for. He had vindicated me a few times, but then he showed up. He actually did his thing, and I can't say nothing bad. Like, that's just one of the greatest games he's ever done the season as a rookie. Not a rookie, but as a first year starter. And man, I need the Bears to lock in. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Dallas wants to face Green Bay.
They don't
Dallas,
want to.
Dallas is because they like the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, the Rams are two teams that are like eerily similar. Like in the playoffs, they just turn to different teams. Like Matt LaFleur has like NFC Championship game experience, and like Jordan Love, I'm not gonna be sacrilegious and say he's just as good as Aaron Rodgers. But as of when he first took over for Brett Favre, like the stats, they're damn near identical.
Yep.
Like it just took him some time. But Jordan Love, he's playing good ball. He's playing great ball. And Minnesota, bro, like Minnesota fucking sucks.
Get this man out of here, man. Get this man out of Minnesota, man.
Yeah,
So they
go
get
ahead.
my man quarterback. Get Justin Jefferson out of Minnesota, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Justin, don't sign nothing until you know who the quarterback is throwing you the rock, man.
Michael
Don't
Penix.
sign. Hey, Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, even whoever, JJ McCarthy, someone get my man's a quarterback, please. Get him my man's a
The last thing I'll say, and then you can take over and then close out the show. And I gotta give Kirk Cousins some love, bro. It's like the drop off because like the Vikings were winning games, they upset the Niners. You know, they were riding high, and then boom, he gets hurt. And the drop off of quarterback play, sustained quarterback play. Because Josh Dobbs has some moments, Nick Mullins has some moments. But Jaron Hall sucked. Nick Mullins threw 4 picks against Detroit, sucked, and Josh Dobbs turned to a pumpkin. So it's just like the consistency of Kirk Cousins. Like, yeah, he doesn't move the needle, and no, he doesn't make like wow plays. He doesn't like, oh my god, like he's Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott kind of guy, but he will not lose you a game. He might not win you and make you to a Super Bowl, but
he
for
gets
Justin,
into the people that can win the game for him. He gets
he
into
got
this guy.
he got guys that can win him games. And Justin Jefferson had about 6 catches for 50 yards only. Like I don't know how many targets, but man, I would have just like fed him the ball and let him cook. But Packers didn't even need Jair Alexander.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
So yeah, Vikings suck. Packers need to lose Chicago, and Saints have a chance. So we'll see. We shall
We'll
see.
see.
But that's all I really got to say. Shabazz, you wrap up the show. I gotta, pack and do my thing. It's 10:30 in the morning. So
oh shit. So you out of here like 7:00 type shit.
yeah, 7. So fun times for me. I love y'all. I'll be on at my actual real spot tomorrow. 8:30. Be there. Shabazz closes out. Love you. And that's all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Word. That does it for this episode of BaptisteBros. Week 17. Done. Happy New Year again to everybody who's watching. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Like Matthew said, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30. Be there. Both of us. We in there. All right. I wish you guys the best New Year. Just be awesome, man. Be awesome. Be great. Live your life in search of. And I'll find the clip.
Then